I'm recording this video while I'm doing my work from home, which is little plastic pieces that they put in cars. I don't know what it is, but it's work that I have to do. But I decided I just got this thought in my head because I realized that my life is slowly getting busier and we're slowly doing more things. It's like I'm going to my language learning school a few more times a week now, 3 times a week to be exact, and I'm doing this work from home every day. And on top of that, my sleep isn't that good. So my dad literally commented how, my dad was like, how are you gonna manage all this? Like, you're not even sleeping properly, you're not eating properly. And just now, I literally thought, like, this is nothing. This is not even a challenge because I look back on my senior high school days and being grade 11 and grade 12, the most difficult school years of my life, not mentally or emotionally. Part of that, yeah, but the workload was insane. Being a senior high school student, the demands of the school, how they said they're going to prepare you for college and how demanding it was, how deadlines were so short. And when there were long deadlines, the work was just so tedious and you just had a mountain of this pile of papers that you had to write, and you had so much things to do, curricular, extracurricular, so much things. And I remember how busy my school life actually was. And then I had school for, say, 7 hours a day, including break, including all the classes and everything. And on top of that, I would join clubs. I'd be in marching band for a few times a week. I'd be in this poetry kind of club, a writing club. No, it's not what it's called, but the essence was like a group of writers writing stuff, school articles and literary publications and stuff like that. Not real publications, but within the school. I was in that, and I did a lot of main things in our senior high school. Like grade 12 was really fun in our last year because we had all these projects and we made a film. We had all these group works and everything. And in most of the group works, I had a significant position, if not leader, at a significant role, and I was contributing a lot, and I was doing my best to contribute a lot. So I was having all this, and I was also hanging out with my friends because I did have a lot of friends within the class and out of the class, in the lower batches as well. And I was also not sleeping right. And on top of that, I had hobbies. I was playing music, like as I still do now, and I was writing poetry as I still do now, rarely. It's crazy because even back then, when my life was so much busier, I was writing the most poetry. That's the most poetry I've been writing in my life. I was writing every day, and if not every day, I was making multiple poems in a week and making collections, making like a short chapbook every month. And I wasn't even sleeping right. My day was from 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning until something like 1 at night. And that was just my regular. I just got used to it. Going out to the malls on the weekend, hanging out with my friends on the weekend, playing basketball as well. There was a time where I played basketball every day for months. And I look back at that time now and I realize how I managed. I'm just wondering how the hell I managed all that shit. Like, what the fuck was I on? I think I was on something. And maybe it's just that moment of my life was a bit pressing. And it's a good kind of pressure. It's a good kind of push. I needed that push to become what I wanted to be. I had all these demands pushed up on me. Demands from school, demands from people, from myself as well. And I was filling all these cups at the same time. And there was water spilling everywhere. And maybe not all of them could have been filled, but I was still doing good work in so much many things. And now I look at myself now, I'm out of school, I'm in a foreign country. I still have things that I have to do. And I've given myself all the time I need to my own devices to do hobbies and my passions, what I say that my passions are, what I say that my life is built around, my raison d'etre, everything. And I can't put anywhere near as much work as I used to. And I've thought about it in my mind how part of that is because just how much pressure there is in the school system and how you know that you need to pass or you'll have great consequences. Right now, if I miss a day of practice or if I write one less poem, then I have no consequences. There's nothing wrong going to happen to me. I'm not going to have less points. I'm not going to fail anything. And so just without that pressure, you feel a lot more relaxed, which you initially think is a good thing, but it really isn't. It's not a good thing in the sense that it just doesn't nothing really pushes you anymore. And I'm being pushed to have to learn this language because I'm in a foreign country where I can't even speak the language. So, but even then, I'm not working as hard as I can. I'm literally not, as the younger people would say, I'm not locked in. And I need to just, I was so locked in back then. I don't get it. I don't know what I was doing that I'm not doing now. Yeah, I feel like a different person. There are things inside of me that are still the same as that person who I was. And I was, well, to be fair, I was also having a lot of mental problems and such, things with myself mostly. I was writing the most poetry at that time, yes, but I was writing the darkest poetry I've written, the most confessional poetry I've written. And I was having lots of mental problems. And maybe that's a good thing that I'm not in that state right now, because maybe if I'm that pressured with work, that sleep deprived, that overwhelmed with so much things on my chest, so much to do, then I'd have mental problems. And now I don't have that, and I'm fine mentally. But mental problems still arise. I still have trouble with my sleep. Emotions fluctuate as they will. But this video is titled "Life is Not Supposed to Be Easy" because it really isn't. And you can kind of imagine what it would look like for someone who lived an easy life versus someone who lived a difficult one. And their satisfaction would mostly depend on where they would end up after all that. But you can probably imagine the ending of someone who lived an easy life and them facing the regret of not doing anything challenging, not challenging themselves, not pushing themselves forward. Because you can only get so far if you feel like life is a simple thing that you just walk through. If you feel like life is just a video game that you walk through and you click all the buttons right and you hope that something's going to happen. It's like life can feel like some kind of just sandbox Roblox game or something, but you can also put life on hardcore mode and play it like Dark Souls or something, you know? I feel like I need more vigor in my life in the sense that I need to make it more difficult for myself. And there's a fine line of doing that where it's difficult, but it's the kind of challenge that only pushes you forward. And to move up, you need to get pushed down a little bit, and you need to fight that pressure and finally break through it. So like you have all these quotes to just look on the internet from. There's an endless source of motivation out there. Just saying like diamonds were made in the rough or whatever the fuck, whatever people want to say to motivate you. You can fall for that. You can drown in that kind of content and still get nowhere. You can watch all the self-improvement content and move nowhere. You can move backwards even, just getting lost in all the words that people say to confuse yourself into working harder or into buying a product or thinking that you need something else. In truth, you don't really need anything else other than yourself and your own will and this sense of vigor inside of you, the fire in your heart. Your heart needs to burn with passion. You know, that's an image I used to talk about a lot when I was a high schooler because it was very profound to me to think about passion that way. It's your heart burning, but you need to feel that fire in your heart. You need to just light it, put more wood into it, put more fucking, let it spark, let it burn more. And I feel that my life is dull because it's too easy. I can spend the day just watching movies and eating ice cream and sleeping 12 hours every day without doing anything meaningful at all. And nothing, it's not going to kill me. I don't get any immediate consequences from that. And obviously, there are long term consequences that I can just be ignorant towards. On the other hand, if I spent a day working really hard, also wouldn't get any immediate rewards from that. Because most of what I'm doing is a waiting game of like building a YouTube channel, building a skill, trying to find a profession, writing writing a novel, perhaps. These things take time, and you can't just expect something out of it, and it would be very foolish to expect them to be easy things to do. By no means is anything meaningful. Not by no means should anything meaningful be done easily. And I think I've lived life too easily in the sense that I haven't put enough effort into most things. Actually, no, not that way. I shouldn't say it that way. But I treat things too easily sometimes, and I can get into this groove where everything's cool, we're chilling, we're cruising. But at the same time, fine, yeah, we're living in easy times, but you're not getting anywhere out of this. It's like I need to tell myself to purposefully and deliberately choose the harder path to get more out of it, to get more experience out of it, to learn more life lessons from it, whatever, to push me farther. And I just need to take the pain. I need to take it on the chin. And I think that life shouldn't be easy because if it was, then nothing would really be worth it. Is another thing, you know. The reason I don't regret a single second of high school or any of my school experiences, no matter how grueling it was, how much tears were shed through schoolwork or through friendships or how much hardship there was, because it was all worth it in the end. And I think absolutely anything anything difficult that you can go through, you can always blame it and you can always think down on it. But at the same time, you can also change your mind and think that it made you better because it did. Whatever happens to you, whatever life throws at you, you can always decide if you want to feel like it made you better, if you want to feel like it made you worse. And that's just a mindset I learned from Stoicism a long time ago. How you decide how you react to things. And if you react to difficulty in such a sensitive way, then you won't be able to tolerate it. And you won't be able to tolerate what you need to be able to tolerate to get further, you know? Because you need to have a certain tolerance for challenge and for discomfort. You don't want to be masochistic or you don't want to fall in love with the pain to a concerning level, obviously, but you need this hunger and this drive. You need to become like David Goggins, at least a little bit. You don't want to obsess too much. I don't know if you want to get to Whiplash, Black Swan territory where you're just hurting yourself just to get what you want, but I've certainly felt like I want that at times. Sometimes I want to be the person who practices the guitar until their fingers bleed. I want to be the person who writes until your arms don't work or something. And I think that's better than just not having motivation at all. It's better than lazing around as I have been doing. And I can make all these excuses like I have so much things to do, I have work to do, I have a language to study, I have things. I'm technically an adult, but all of that's just kind of bringing you away to what needs to be done, and you're making things easier for yourself, and no one really benefits from that in the way that they would want. It's like making everything easier isn't worth it, and you're just not going to get anything from that. But yeah, this is just a very brief video, like an unedited something that I just decided I wanted to talk to, just remembering things. And yeah, I got to talk about myself a bit more. I guess you know me a bit better now. So, but I talk about things on YouTube, like these abstract concepts and how I feel, but I never really talked about myself that much. Or at least I have talked about some of my experiences. I've said in my poetry, but just a little bit more character reveal for you there. And I also feel like my recent videos have been getting more personal, and they've been more like check-ins and video diaries and just journal entries, because that's what I feel like doing. And I'm not very philosophical right now. I haven't been developing my philosophies or developing anything new. I haven't discovered anything as of yet interesting enough to be put into a video. But so this is what we're doing now. These are the kinds of videos that we're going to be making, and we'll see what else we can get with this. I hope this video quality was fine. I didn't set up the mic. I'm literally working while doing this, so I can look at the camera, and you're probably hearing this noise in the background. But you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you have to do, no matter how difficult it is. And I guess that's really what life should be. So I'll see you in the next video.